stop using your GuaSha so aggressively. You're going to damage your fascia and you're not going to get the most out of your glowy lymphatic routine. My name's Danny. I specialize in manual lymphatic drainage, and I want to share a couple techniques that are going to improve your results when using a GuaSha. Now, I don't necessarily think GuaShas are necessary when doing manual lymphatic drainage to tighten the skin and reduce puffiness. However, if you choose to use one, please stop using it so aggressively, like you're going to scrape the skin off your face. You should not be red or inflamed or irritated after this. You should be using this so stinking lightly that you're not even seeing the skin get pulled. So here's 2 mistakes I see a lot of people making when using a GuaSha. Now that lymphatic drainage is kind of trending and a lot of people are getting on the bandwagon, but understanding how important draining your lymph system on a daily basis is, I think we're all understanding we need to drain our major 7 lymph nodes first. So even when you're using a GuaSha, please, for the love of God, do yourself a favor and open up your main 7 lymph nodes. So starting at the collarbone, either below the collarbone or above it, our goal here with the terminus at the base of the neck is to relieve pressure. So a light pull of the skin. Notice that I'm not pressing in, I'm not pressing down. I'm lightly pinning the skin and then just enough to move that downward. So 10 to 15 pulls here. Sometimes if you have a slower lymphatic system, you'll need more. And then you're gonna move to the side of the neck. So just take like 30 seconds to a minute and just hit these main upper 4 areas in front and behind the ear, on the side of the neck, at the base of the neck, and then in each armpit. So if you're not gonna hit all 7, at least hit these upper 4 so we can get those juices flowing. To begin using your GuaSha, we're gonna work the same face pattern we work when we're doing manual drainage with our hands. So to go over that again, once we open those major 7 or at least the major 4 from the armpit up, you're going to start at the chin and move out towards the ear, and then you're gonna move up, starting at this like nasal label fold, moving out, and then under the eye, moving out, above the eye and on the brow, and then on the forehead, out, down. So all that fluid can move away from the midline of our face and then down the side of our neck, filtering back into our heart so our body can do its thing. As I mentioned before, I do agree that your hands are your very best tool. Fascia and lymph loves to be warmed up. It loves heat to help move it and conduct that energy movement. So if you don't have a GuaSha, honestly, you're probably better off. Now you can use like lubricants with GuaSha, but I'm going to show you that you don't need lubricants like oils and lotions if you do lymphatic drainage properly, guys. This fluid, this lymph fluid, this amazing healing fluid is right below the surface of your skin. That is how light I'm going. Do you see that? Do you see how light that is? Most of you are taking the skin and doing that. Do you see how you can literally see my skin move? We're not pushing skin, we are pushing fluid that sits in between the spaces of your cells and tissues. It is not a massage. I see a lot of people pulling this across your face. I'm wearing makeup right now. I'm going to show you this with makeup on, but please do this with clean hands and a clean face. But I'm doing this with makeup on just to prove a point of how light of pressure you need. So you can use, if you have this shape, you can use this to get right here on this little pocket underneath your chin that actually holds quite a bit of fluid, or you can do here. I'm already swallowing. So swallowing, coughing, and stomach gurgling, sneezing, sighing, yawning, all signs you're moving lymph. So for here, I'm just gonna go here and wiggle and then follow my jawline. So I'm gonna use the curve of the GuaSha, getting under the curve of my jaw, and then I'm just gonna wiggle, and I'm still swallowing. I'm moving this back towards my jawline, towards that lymph node that we already stimulated. We're gonna go over here. So you can go back and forth, but always angling it back towards this earlobe so it can drain down the side of the neck. Again, you can't even see my skin move. This is how light you guys need to be doing this. Anything heavier than that is doing damage, and I know you may see results, but please be gentle with your face skin, guys. Like, We're trying to do this to beautify ourselves and stay youthful and healthy looking and revitalize ourselves. So putting a ton of pressure and massaging across your surface of your face is not indicative of being gentle and soft with yourself. So again, I'm gonna kind of get in the crevasse of this chin. There's some lymph nodes down here I can stimulate. I'm kind of gonna do, when I talk about doing manual drainage with your hands, I kind of talk about like, it's like milking a cow. So we're gonna do a pump and then a milk, or a pump and a swipe. So similar here, I'm gonna use vibration and then just moving. And just moving. So I'm gonna really get in to the side of my nose right here, right where this cheekbone sits. And you should hear yourself like sniffling more. And I'm using the flat surface of this to kind of wiggle and get that fluid moving. And then you can lightly pin and then vibrate over. Now I'm being lighter than normal because again, I have makeup on and it's hot in my house and I'm a bit sticky. But I really find I get better results when, again, these little slight, do you see how that my under eye skin is so sensitive? I'm going to be 37 at the end of September. So my skin is not the most youthful and I gotta be gentle with it, especially under our eye, ladies. So I'm gonna show you really close up, like look how light this is. I know it doesn't seem like I'm doing a lot, but you really are moving fluid. And I kind of almost like a scraping motion, guys, almost like a scraping motion. So I'm fully swallowing and I'm really gonna actually get in a little bit deeper of pressure right here because this is a really strong muscle, guys. This glabellum area right here can hold a lot of tension. If you're a really expressive person like I am, or you hold a lot of energy and emotion in your face, that area can be really sensitive. So you can use like kind of the curves of this. I don't really like that to move. And again, I'm just kind of doing these swiping, dusting off motions. Now, hopefully this gives you a couple tips of how to properly use this so you don't damage your skin and stretch your sensitive under eye skin. So you can use vibration and a swipe, this motion. You can take the surface of this and really get in on that eye. But again, this is not my favorite lymphatic tool. Like, I feel like this is way more relaxing and I can actually feel the fluid move with my fingers. I can feel when I'm more clogged up, my lymphatic fluid when I swallow feels thicker and more viscous. And when I'm more hydrated and mineralized, like we all should be every single day, it's almost like I'm swallowing water. That lymphatic fluid is very thin and fluid and milky like honey and flowing. So hopefully this clarified a couple things for you girls. Don't be so aggressive with this. Be gentle with your skin. We're doing this to revitalize ourselves and create better blood flow and circulation. And pressing too hard is going to stress this delicate, beautiful skin out we all have on our face. So please be a little bit more gentle and really make sure you're properly opening those 7 nodes so your body can drain those toxic fluids properly. I hope this video gave you some good tips and tricks for your gua sha routine, and let me know if you have any questions below.